G'day guys and welcome back. I'm Rosini16 and I'm here today to bring you yet another squad builder. Now, the team of the week's just been released and we got a nice choice of players to go from. I did do a pack opening. Unfortunately, I did not pull any of these players, so I did have to go out and buy the person I'm doing it on. Now, the options, the three main options I was considering doing, one being Angel Di Maria, second one being Conor Plananka, and the last one being Javier Hernandez. Now, obviously, because I've only got the striker in, it's obvious enough that I did go out and buy Javier Hernandez. Now, he did cost me a fair bit. He was worth about 180,000 coins. But depending on the end of this squad builder, if I feel like doing another one, then I might actually try and sell him and buy Conor Plananka and actually do that as well. Because there's no way in hell I'm going to be able to afford the Di Maria at the moment. That card's way too expensive. But this is going to be our player for the episode. Now, I have already gone through and pretty much got the team sorted. I already built through a little draft team thingy and just went with it. And I've got rid of him all, obviously, to put in slowly with you guys so I can talk you through my decisions. Now, going to start building it. I know it might not be what you guys would do, but I'm also doing it with only the players I have in this club, which I don't have a whole lot of players in the club on this account, but doing it with who I've got / who I think would be best for this side. Now, I'm going to start from the goal and go forwards. Now, in goalkeeper, we do actually have someone from the Liga 1, which is obviously going to be Trapp, as if we're building into a German side. He's obviously going to fit in nicely. So he's going to go in there nicely, and in the centre-back position, we are going to go with someone from the Bundesliga, who will link nicely with one of the players I've got coming in very shortly, who's probably my favourite player on the team. Now, going in at centre-back is going to be Matt Hummels. Strong defender. It's a given as to why he's in there. He's an insane player. Other centre-back's a bit different. We're going to jump over to the BBVA, and you're probably going to know who we're going to put in just by looking at the nationality we seem to be going with, and it is going to be Mustafi. Now, this guy is an insane player. His card on this game is absolutely insane, and his inform is not even that much more expensive. It's only like discard price, which is absolutely ridiculous. But his normal card's insane enough. I'm just going to use that for this episode, and we're going to jump in, and hopefully he can be as good for me in this team as he has in the past, because I don't want a repeat of the Liga BBVA squad builder I did last time, which was absolutely disgusting, and I did not enjoy it one single bit. Jumping in at the right back to give the link to the stuff, we are going to go with Dani Alves. Now, he doesn't give him a green link, but you'll understand why I chose him very shortly. Jumping in at left back, we do go with someone a little bit different, back to the Bundesliga. And instead of going for Alaba or Rodriguez or them sort of ones, we are going to go with Schmelzer, again, because he links up with Hummels, and as well as my favourite player, which is going to be on the left wing, which you probably need to be able to guess who it is by now. Jumping into the centre mids, we do jump over to the BPL. So, yet again, unfortunately, I know you're probably going to complain, but we are using Ozil again. I think he's been in every single one, but he's an absolutely insane player, and I love him as a midfielder, so that's why he keeps making his way in. And he just seems to fit in everybody's team. So he's jumping in there on the left centre mid, and in the right centre mid, we do go back to the Liga BBVA. And that is going to be Rakitic. Now, I absolutely ripped this guy to shreds in the last squad builder. He played absolutely shit for me. But in previous times, he's been an insane player for me, and I'm hoping that it was just the team he was in that was causing him trouble, but we're going to put him into this one, and hopefully he can play a lot better. If not, I might have to replace him in a couple of games in, because if he plays anything like he did last time, I will be raging my ass off, and I don't want to do that right now. So, going into the last midfield spot in the cam position, and it is someone who probably shouldn't be playing cam, but I wanted to do it just to give the green link to Javier Hernandez. And I am going to go with Bender. Now, he's underrated in this game. His card really doesn't represent what he plays like. He's an insane player, and I absolutely love him. So I have no doubt he'll be fine at cam, but I purely did it for chemistry reasons, not for any other reason. But going in at the right wing, and you might be able to tell who we're going to get, because I want to get links to Javier Hernandez. We're going to jump over to the BBVA, and who's the only good Mexican right winger in the BBVA? It is Carlos Vela. Now, one of my favourite cards. He's an insane player, good pace, good skill, good dribbling. He's just insane, and we're really looking forward to using him. And to finish off the team with one of my favourite players is going to go over the Bundesliga, and of course it is going to be Marco Reus. Insane free kick taker, insane attacking player, and his skills and weak foot kind of is self-explanatory. But this is going to complete the team. As you can see by Javier Hernandez stats, for those of you who haven't seen, he's 3-star weak foot, 3-star skills, which isn't the most ideal for myself because I prefer a 4-star skill or more. His pace is absolutely insane with 87, as well as with a 83 shot and 80 dribbling. It's an absolutely insane card. I'm really keen to jump in and use it. So we're going to jump in and do 5 games, and you guys will see the highlights. Enjoy. Alright, so I have a
big problem with Javier Hernandez. Now, in all these games, there was 2 games where he actually failed to score in. So there's only, I think, 3 games of highlights, and I've got to admit, it was difficult. It was very difficult to play out these 5 games. I wanted to stop on the 3rd game because it was just frustrating. I could not get him to score unless I absolutely fed it to him. Now, I don't know if that has to do with the fact that I'm a skill-based player and I can't play with anyone less than 3 skills up front or I really struggle, or if he was just an annoying player. Now, I found a lot that he drifted backwards or to the sides rather than staying central and pushing forward. Now, again, that could just be because I didn't have player instructions to set him like that, which by all means, if you guys have him, I recommend you do that. Because otherwise he drifts backwards as soon as you get to goal. And if you want to actually get him near goal, you have to feed it backwards, which just fucks you up way too much. I think that considering how much he is, you could get so much better alternatives. For instance, even if you just got an Ian Robin or something and change it to a right forward, a striker, or even Aubameyang would play so much better. But for the amount of money he is worth, I did not find him to be worth it. He could not pass under pressure. If you tried to pass up in the forward line with anyone within a metre radius of you, he just couldn't do it and he'd fuck it up every time. But to me, I didn't find him very worth it. I found him very frustrating to work with. The team I had on this, I've loved. It was a really fun team to play with, and I wouldn't mind playing with it if it had a different striker. But as you can see, it's going to come up as 6 games played. That I'm just showing you was a rage quit one that happened. He rage quit like almost straight away. I don't know why. But we do end up playing 5 games, and I don't get the best results with him. Might just be the way I play, but I really did enjoy him, and I don't recommend going out and spending that much money on him because there's so many cheaper alternatives you can go with. But keep in mind for you guys, that's just my opinion. He might be completely different for you and how you play your FIFA, but in just my experience, I would not recommend him. Now, in the next few days, I'm going to buy Conor Plananka and sell him and sell Hernandez to get him. And I'm going to do a squad build around him and see who's going to be the better player to acquire this week for what money you have to spend on him. But that's going to complete us for the highlights, so we'll jump back to the squad now. Alright guys, so that draws all the games to a close for this episode. So in the end, we managed to get 3 wins and 2 losses. Again, I've explained already why I think that is, and I just didn't really think Hernandez was as critical as he could be and not as good as a player for how much he's actually going for. So in the end, he did manage to pick up 4 goals in the 5 games, although 2 of those were through penalties. So really, out of his own creations, he only got 2 of the goals from the 5 games, although I was feeding him pretty heavily in the few games and still couldn't get it to him. So I reckon what I'm going to do from here, I'm going to sell him. I reckon I'm going to buy the informed Conor Plananka. I reckon tomorrow I'll do a squad builder around him, and I'll compare the pair to tell you which one you should probably buy, rather than, I'm pretty sure Conor Plananka is about 20k cheaper, and I wouldn't want you to go out and buy Hernandez if Conor Plananka is such a better player. But that is going to complete today's squad builder, guys. Thanks very much for coming along and watching, and hopefully I'll have the next one up for you either today, tomorrow, or the next day. But thanks very much for coming and watching, guys, and see ya.